sweet to me. You're so sweet to me. The things you're doing to my mind, I want you to do to my body.
Too raw.
Giving me what I need. That's what you got to do. Giving me what I need. That's what you got to do.
Episode of Turf and Rundown here today, man, breaking it down, and we appreciate everybody tapping in with us on this Monday afternoon, man. Unc, what's going on with you? How you feeling?
Man, I'm excited, man. I can't complain. We starting to get back on track with one of the most potent shows on the planet, Turf and Rundown. Y'all know how we get down in here, man. We talk that real ball, you know.
100%, man. Y'all already know how it is, man. But you know, sometimes we trying to keep things light, trying to keep things real for y'all with the off season. You know how it goes, man. During this time right here, it starts to get a little boring, so to say, right? Like, and then you gotta try to close in the gaps. But at the end of the day, man, we're gonna try to do what we can, man, to keep y'all updated with real football, man, with real news as we can. But you know, let's go ahead and let's tap in with the chat. We got some people in the chat. I already know.
Oh yeah, you got the
Yep.
URL. Okay.
I got our guy Angelo up right now.
Angelo is in the
hit that like button when you
building.
come in the chat. Appreciate you, big dog. Our guy Angelo, man. Appreciate it. Our guy, another one. Yaya in the building, man. What's going on? Appreciate it.
Hey, Yaya. I ain't seen Yaya in a minute. My guy, what's cracking, my dude? Good to see you, man. Hope you enjoy the show.
Hey, big dog Chili in the building, man. That's one of the dogs from the crib,
We
man.
got Chili.
Appreciate you. Who else we got? Myra G. No, Myra.
Myra G is in the
That's what I'm
building.
talking about, man. Love it.
Homegirl right there. Cheers to Myra.
Big dog Dre for show in the building, man. Appreciate you for tapping in.
Yes, sir. And we got Dre. Yo. I see family in the building. As always, representing Steve Jones. Appreciate you for coming through.
Man? Appreciate
Don't
it,
paint
man.
me in the corner, but do we make room for Jalen or Jair? Great
We're
question.
going to get into it, man.
Great question.
We definitely going to get into it. And I hope y'all stick around for it. Hope y'all tap in for the chat for it as well, man, because it's going to get real in here. So appreciate everybody once again tapping in. Make sure you hit on the like button. If you're feeling what you're hearing, tap on the subscribe button as well. But, man, let's go ahead. Let's start into it. Today was Media Day, right?
That's right.
Today was Media Day. Got some nice little tidbits to get into. I have a couple of, clips that I would like to show on here that we could talk about that I definitely want to break down. If you don't be so kind as to go ahead and share these for your boy.
Absolutely.
Let me see. The first one right here, man, definitely want to get into this one. This one's about John Spytek, right, and kind of his mindset on team building, how he's trying to build the roster, how he's trying to build it his first year, right? So I definitely think this is something important to look at because, we're talking at like what can we fill the gaps in with the offseason. It's stuff like this, right? Where the direction of the team is. Where can we see what the identity of the team is before we step on the grass?
Right.
Let me see. Which one's the share button? Is this one?
Yeah, I don't see it.
I got it. I was trying to figure out which one it was. All right. Boom. We up. Let me know if we up. Let me know if it's up.
Yes, sir. We are good.
All right. So this is John Spytek talking about, how he views building the team.
One of our main goals was to find a quarterback, to find a guy that can make it all come to life on offense. I think we did that with Geno. Yeah. He's been great. He's been everything that we wanted him to be out here so far. We got a long way to go, but we're off to a good start. And then having Max, the ultimate Raider, plays the game the way we want to play it. Those things, when you come in, you're like, okay, those are things that we've got in place right now. I just look at it from the standpoint of team building. Every day we got to
Am I tripping? Is it buffer for you?
How do
it's you. Yeah. Next time, just send me the link. I'll share it.
Quarterback as easy as possible, knowing that it is the hardest job.
I just want to hear this. Yeah, it's tweaking. I'm about to send it to you right now.
Yeah.
But basically, the whole thing of what he's saying is, how can we make Geno's life as easy as possible?
Right.
We have certain peoples in the building, but at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is make the quarterback think less, right, and have the roster around him be basically a whole pack of hungry dogs, basically.
Correct.
That's basically what we've been saying the whole time, Turf.
The whole time. The whole time, bro. The whole time.
Now, but I do stand by the point though, Turf, that there's gonna have to be some games, right? And you can say that as much as you want, right? And we can say that till the cows come home, like, man, we need to make the quarterback's job easy. We need to do this. But there are games, and we all know this. He just gonna have to do what he does, bro. He got to put us on his shoulders. He got to put us on his back. And that's when you see when there's levels to this quarterback stuff. That's when you're like, all right, bro, there's levels to it. Certain ones can do it, certain ones can't, right? And then we're gonna find out if we got one of those where it's like, yeah, there's gonna, of course, we got Brock Bowers and Ashton Genty, and you got Jacoby Myers, and you got all these factors. But what about the games where defenses say, nah, no 89 today?
Correct.
Right? What about the days where Chip ain't all that good that day? There's gonna happen, bro. It's human error. It happens in football all the time. But in that case, bro, do we have the quarterback to say, all right, bro, I got you, don't trip?
Right.
That's where we'll find out. We'll find that out 100%.
Man, try to send me that link again. It's just coming up with the Raiders and not the actual video. You know what I'm saying? I can't see what video.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see. Let me see what's up. I got you. But I mean, what's your take on how John Spytek is kind of viewing building the team?
I mean, I think he's doing it in a way that he knows is successful. You know what I'm? It's tried and true, at least to him, right? And being a rookie,
Right.
it's his first time to really get a chance at trying to, implement this. And the beauty of it is he has zero excuse, right?
First
Because
time, really, and
I'll say that again.
nope. No, go ahead.
No, I was just saying. I mean, he really has no excuse because of the fact that he's got Tom behind him. You know what I'm saying? There is no, well, I couldn't do what I wanted. He's the GM. He's the one making the decisions. It's very clear. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure Pete Carroll himself, right, has no problem with saying, obviously I'm giving input, but it's Spytek's decision at the end of the day. And that's going to be a very clear separation of duty and something that was absolutely needed in this organization. 100%.
I agree. Like you said, there's no excuses, man. There is no excuses. We're gonna.
All right, now you got it.
Yep, we're gonna see fruits of labor, man. We're gonna see fruits of labor very quick, and we're gonna see it as soon as we touch grass because there are rookies this year that have to play, right? That have to play. Not only that, but there's another one for Max Crosby that we could play after. But now I think now that Turf got it, we finally have the clip of what John Spytek is officially saying about building the team.
Right. We're gonna share that out. Cut that music and play it.
One of our main goals was to find a quarterback, to find a guy that can make it all come to life on offense. I think we did that with Geno. Yeah. He's been great. He's been everything that we wanted him to be out here so far. We got a long way to go, but we're off to a good start. And then having Max, the ultimate Raider, plays the game the way we want to play it. Those things, when you come in, you're like, okay, those are things that we've got in place right now. I just look at it from the standpoint of team building. Every day we got to figure out how can we add to that? How can we make Geno's life as a quarterback as easy as possible, knowing that it is the hardest job in sports, in my opinion. So how can we surround Geno with a great offensive line so he can feel comfortable and confident that I'll be protected? We can have a run game that can come to life with Ashton now, where it's not all on the quarterback to make every throw and every play. Like, he can have some mental breaks, right? Like turn around and run power and hand it off. There it goes for 15. Okay, I can take a break in that moment. And then how can we support Max in a similar fashion? How can we surround Max with a lot of great players so that people can't focus on him? Everybody knows Max is a great player, but we've got to have other guys around him that can help Max get one-on-one matchups and come to life. And I think we did that. We got a lot of guys we added in free agency, guys we added in the draft, that big-time Raider players here in a year or two.
Yeah, I agree.
I like it.
I agree 100%.
Spot on, man.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Nothing to really critique, right? That's exactly what you're supposed to do, right? Even the ones that have Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen, there is no way the head coaches are sitting there like, nah, we'll give them the bare minimum as possible, and it's just like, nah, bro, hell nah. You're gonna try to do what they're supposed to do, right? And give them the talent that's necessary to bring out more of what makes them good. So 100%. I hope that this year he's made good steps, and we'll see. I'm confident in some of the draft moves he made, but this year has to be some steps in that direction in order for us to say, well, the roster is so good, where it's like you can insert goddamn Joe Blow, right, and do whatever. You could take Fan from seat 37D and say, all right, bro, play quarterback, and it don't matter. Right. Hopefully, right? Hopefully that's what it is, man. But I like that. First of all, I like that, man. Anything you got to say for that?
Yeah, I enjoyed every bit of it because it goes to show you what the mindset is, and we don't care what we divulge as far as what other teams know in this perspective, because they still have to stop it. You know what I mean? If we build a great offensive line, stop it, right? You know what I mean? And that's part of the whole scenario of getting Geno comfortable. And it's where you need to win before you start doing anything anywhere else. You have to win in the trenches. So he's saying all the right things that I want to hear.
Agreed.
Yeah, sounding good to me.
So let's see if that comes to fruition, but more on the culture building side of it too, right?
Right.
Not only do you provide the talent, but you got to get the right type of, you got to get the right type of people in here, right? So with that, I mean, the second one that I sent you, that's Max Crosby now talking about Pete and, you know, John, and what they're bringing into the organization, kind of what they're doing. Now, this time of the year, I will be honest with you, before you play the clip,
Right.
so you can respond or not, I always take these type of comments with a grain of salt, right? I always do, because every year we're going to probably hear the same thing around this type of time.
Right.
Yeah, man, you know what I mean? Well, I mean, coming from a Raider fan, you goddamn right, we done heard this many a time. New coach, new situation. Yeah, man, everything's so different. It's a breath of fresh air. Oh man, everything's so new and
Right.
bro, dog, I done heard this upteenth million
10
times.
times over. 10 times over.
I take this with a grain of salt, but I do like to see the insight on what's going on in the building. So let's
Right.
tap in. Let's see what they talking about.
And this is the joint with he's in uniform, right?
Correct.
Okay. Yep.
And then we got some people in the chat that just tapped in with us.
All right. Absolutely. Let me get it started. Here we go. Let's share this puppy out. Share. Max Crosby. Is that Max? That is Max. Let's go.
Anytime. Like the first meeting we had here, I did a shootout versus Jackson.
Uh-oh.
And you asked Jackson how that went. But we had a shootout in there, and then on the field one day after practice, we got there's a hoop right over
the
here
hoop
on
out
the
here.
indoor. And me and Gino did a shoot off. You know who won that too?
What?
But
Your mid-range is like that?
That's deep ball, Steph Curry.
Oh, dude.
That's like it's truly like it's so much fun because you have to be ready at the same
Yeah.
time. Like we had just finished a practice. I'm taped up gloves and everything. He's like, Max Gino, you're up shootout.
Let's
And
go.
I'm getting somebody to cut off my gloves. I'm like, all right, I got to dry my hands off. I got to be ready because I'm not
No
trying to lose.
excuses,
I'm
right.
trying to win.
Yeah.
And Pete's the same way. He's like, I don't care. Anytime he plays, we're gonna compete. So as a team, like it just makes you closer to guys because you're all trying to win in every
Yeah.
and it's it's been a lot of fun. But Coach Carroll, I got to give him credit. The dude, we played Pig one time. Early in the morning, it
Uh-oh.
was just him by himself. He was warming up, getting shots up. Me and Jackson walk in here, and he was like, "Let's go, let's run Pig." He didn't miss a single shot,
What?
not a single
He's
shot.
like that?
I'm telling you, his
Wow.
mid-range game, it's
Oh,
that
my
throwback,
Yeah,
John
yeah.
Stockton, Bob Cousy type.
Bob Cousy.
He's gonna get mad.
Yeah.
That's fire right there.
He said Bob. Oh, shit. Nah, but hey, yeah, that's fire, bro. See, that type of stuff I like to see, bro, because like at least you can get a glimpse of the culture that is trying to build. Like you can see it in picture, right? Like, man, you coming in
All
at 6 in the
day.
morning. All right, man, lace them up. Let's go. Like, bro, you got to be ready as soon as you get in the door. And I like that, bro. Like, that's beautiful. And I mean, that's at least we're seeing what's being preached, right? Like,
Right.
it's like, okay, when they took the job, what did Pete say? I'm going to instill competition. You're going to see it in all form and facets, and it's going to be from day one.
Yes, sir.
They ain't lied so far, right?
Nope.
So far, I'm cool with it, man. How you feel?
I think you're spot on. They're doing as they said. They're implementing the things that make sense for the team based on the direction that they want to go. So
I agree, man. I mean, we got some people in the chat real quick. We're going to tap
don't
in.
forget to highlight it because you can click on it and it'll come up on
Yeah.
the screen.
Got Milo Hunt in the building, man. What's going on,
Shout
man?
out to
Appreciate
Milo,
it.
huh?
Robert Pena in the building, man, with the Raiders.
Hey, that's my guy right there.
Yes, sir, man. Hero, man. What's going on, man? Appreciate you for being in here, man. Thank you.
Heroes in the building.
Curve, man. My G.
We got Marcus
in the building,
Banks in
bro.
this piece, bro.
What's going on,
Marcus
bro?
been coming through strong, bro.
Yeah, bro. Appreciate you. Always,
Appreciate
as
you,
always.
man. Absolutely.
As always. Dark Phoenix, man. What's going on? Rocking the Tim Brown jersey. They liking the Tim Brown, man.
Dark Phoenix in the building.
Man, what's going on, bro?
Raider Nation, Jason in the building.
What's going on, man? Our guy Jason, man. I always appreciate our guy Jason tapping in, man. And then Yaya says facts, man. The players look ready today, man. Players look ready today. So, man, the next one that we got, man, we got another one. But I just like to see that right there. But there's some more that it brings insight to the culture, man. And the last one is JPJ. Right?
Okay. Yep.
So I sent that one to you too.
Yeah, I got
and
it.
Now we go from the offensive side, right? And then we're talking, like you just said, you said trenches, right? And then these are the
Correct.
two dudes that, you see Colton, but I look more now like Jackson, like JPJ is more that pillar of the
Right.
offensive line now, right?
Right.
'Cause I'm like, bro, he's going to be here for 10 years. So
100%.
I see him as the pillar, but let's see what he's talking about with the culture, man.
Let's do it.
I've been coming in with Max every day at 5 a.m. trying to beat him to the building every day now. Now it's a little bit more competition.
Yeah.
But, having breakfast with him, working out with him, he's doing a little rehab on this and that. And I'm just doing his rehab. I'm doing everything he's doing. And I get kind of made fun of a bit about it.
Why?
Just because they're like, oh, like you're this little puppy. I'm like, well, that's an all-pro.
That's right.
Might as well.
Yeah.
So being around him, he's such an amazing person. I mean, we have so much fun. I think that's kind of the thing that kind of gets pushed aside is we're having so much fun. And we're working really hard, and I'm dying, all right? But I'm having a lot of fun. So
There's more to this story, though. I'm fascinated. That was a great question because a lot of guys can initially say, yeah, I'll jump in with you. Or, yeah, I'll do a month with you. And then you're looking at the clock at 4:15 in the morning going, not only do I got to get in there, I got to work out with Max Crosby.
Yep.
That's a commitment to excellence.
yeah. Oh, good little throw commitment to
I know
excellence.
you-
He's a pro at this. He's
You
a
feel
pro
that?
at
Look at
this.
this guy. That's awesome.
I have my window.
That's awesome. That's amazing. No, definitely a level of commitment, working out with him. I mean, the first week was, whew,
Yeah.
that was tough.
what
But
I'm getting at.
as I said, like, it was so fun. Like, there's no reason not to now. We're, like, riding on the assault bike till we're almost puking, but we're both laughing about Step Brothers, the movie, and quoting lines with each other, like, having a great time. So, we work really, really hard, but we have a lot of fun at the same time.
Did you guys just become best friends?
Maybe. I mean, I don't know if I have the neck tattoo in me yet. I don't think the wifey would let me do that.
Dog,
Hey.
that was fire right there.
Yeah, man. Hey, first point that I will say, Jackson is goddamn right?
Yeah.
If we are blessed enough where his folks may be seeing this or whatever the case, or people that know him, hey
Right.
man, whoever's saying, oh you his puppy or whatever, shoo that to the side, dog. I don't wanna hear
Absolutely.
that. I don't want to hear that, dog. Whoever said that, it better not be who I think it is on that D line. I'll tell you that. I tell you that. There are certain dudes on the D line that need to start doing what you doing. So at the end of the day, bro, I don't want to hear it. Right? Like those are certain players, bro. Like for me, I'd be like, I need to find out who said that.
Right.
Who said that, dog? Because I want to know what your workout routine is. What are you
Your
doing?
mindset is that. Absolutely.
What are you doing? Because I know if you working harder than Max Crosby, hey, so be it. Right? You
We
know what I'm
got
saying?
something to look forward to.
Yeah, but I severely doubt whoever said that is doing that. So at the end of the day, bump that. I don't hear none of that. Bro, you doing what you supposed to. You
Correct.
doing exactly what you supposed to.
Correct.
Other than that, man, what did you take off of that comment?
I mean, I looked at it as in what he said. I mean, he's a smart kid, man. I did the same thing, right? And it didn't matter that the guy in the position wasn't my position, if you will, right? I mean, as soon as I got to San Diego, Tony Banks, who? Oh, okay. Well, what I need to do with you? Who am I working with? I already gave some of the game on picking my roommates because they was dogs and I knew they had full rides everywhere. So it's like, you my roommate. Makes perfect sense to me, bro. I'm hanging around everybody that's that dude. I want all that to rub off on me. So
There you go. Exactly, bro.
I love
You know
it.
what I mean? Greatness gotta be with greatness at the end of the day, bro. I can't, you know what I mean? If you doing like case in point, bro, like we all do the same thing, right? At the end of the day, it's like if you align yourself with what you see yourself doing, right? Or who you see yourself becoming at the end of the day, bro. And sometimes for the negative reasons either. Right? Sometimes you align yourself with negativity and then you looking around, you're like, damn, with TRS and like us with the community we done built, you align yourself with people that all want the same thing, all align with the same goals, and take this shit serious.
Yes,
So
sir.
then-
Like-minded people.
And when that happens, bro, you make moves. You know what I'm saying? You make moves. You grow. You get better. That's what we're trying to do, bro. That's exactly what he's trying to do. So I'm definitely on that. I love it. I love exactly what I heard from the players. You know what I mean? And from John Spytek. So I feel, you know, so far the vibes are good. I mean, how do you feel about the vibes?
I'm loving it, man. You know, and this is the thing. I don't want to get ahead of myself. I still keep it very objective. And in fact, I'm already boring myself because I want to make sure y'all still understand that 7 games is a solid season. 7 wins this year is a solid season. 8, I mean, and that's the thing, because I see people creeping up. You know what I mean? We already had 10 wins again. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Like, you gotta build. We are still the last in our division. Like, you see what I'm saying? Let's keep it a bean. You have to be realistic. And somebody said it a little bit earlier. You gotta win the division first before you can start thinking you about to just run out in these streets. You know what I'm saying? And do anything when it come to real playoff time. So, yeah, I mean, it's a great building block. It's a great start. You know what I mean? But now, like Rundown said, we need these other dudes to be validated. What y'all doing on y'all workouts? Because we got these other young bucks gravitating to the right avenues with these guys that are all pro. So
It's gonna show. You know
it's
what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely, bro. It always does. See, and that's what I'm trying to say. Anybody that's played ball, man, there's no way you can't tell me that you don't recall the dudes that hung out with the dudes, and all of a sudden now their game exponentially went to another level. That's at every single level of ball. That's even Pop Warner. That's even as a little child. You get with the right squad and it changes overnight.
Yep.
Overnight.
Yep. So, I mean, just is what it is, man. For me, bro, I love hearing that, right? I love hearing that. Let's hope that continues. Let's hope they continue to do what they do. And now we're going into mini camp soon, right? We're going into mini camp soon.
Yep. Yeah, shout out to Stephen Hinton, man, because he was the one that said it, man. First step is win the division. We not even considered on paper in the top a part of our division. So we gotta pop those brakes, man. We gotta pump on them brakes a little bit.
Truth. And reason being is there's still moves to be made, still moves that I think maybe we can have, but there are holes on the roster still, right? Let's just be honest with ourselves. There's
Correct.
holes on the roster. So in saying that, we have to understand, though, at the same time that, you know, can we win some games we're not supposed to? Yes, that's possible. But still, right, we do have to be realistic in saying there's going to be some games where it's just going to get taken advantage of, bro. That just is what it is. Because we don't have the facilities. We don't have the means to do what we're supposed to do. Now, there's some news today that maybe can help in this regard, and we're gonna go ahead and talk about this, right?
Hey.
Nice little segue in here. Now, there's a corner that got released today, and for a lot of us that are maybe shaky on the secondary, this might ease your or quell your concerns,
Right.
Where it's Jair Alexander, right? And I'm gonna go ahead and pull this up right here. Boom. But Jair Alexander is someone that just got released today after 7 seasons with the Packers, as you see.
Right.
Now, I kind of want to hear from the chat, but I do want to hear from you, Turf, first, man. I mean, where are you at? I mean, he is released, so it will be cheap.
Right.
So, how you feeling?
I'd be more than happy with getting him in the building. I'm gonna keep it a bean. I'm 100% okay with him coming in. It's one of our weakest positions in the building right now. We can't really 100% rely on everybody, right? So, I mean, we really don't have a number one cornerback. And technically, if you don't have a number one, you don't have a number two. So, How do we resolve this? And do we have enough firepower in the building to pass up on a guy like this, even though we know he doesn't pass the rundown test? And the rundown test I'm referring to, for the people in the back of the room that don't know, is having the availability on the field. Best ability is availability. If you can't make it through a season, which this kid probably hasn't since he's gotten there, it's a concern. It's a concern. So.
After me, here go Pigs in the building, man. Appreciate you. He said, after media day, I am calling it 10+ wins. Bowers is going to take on the leadership role. See, look, man, look, after media day, we just seen him in the gear, and we done got all excited again.
See?
Him in the gear, we done got excited. Okay, so I'm gonna get my take on this. Let me hear some people in the chat. They were saying that the audio had a small lag. Let us know if the lag is still there. If so, or let us know if something going on so we can get it fixed. Yeah, they were saying that a minute ago, but I don't know if it's still going. So let us know. Let me know.
Yeah, it sounds good on this side. At least I haven't heard anything.
Billy Davis in the building.
Billy G is in the building.
What's going on? Coach DC, man, in the building. What's going on? What's happening?
Coach DC.
Dre for show is in the building. What's going on, man?
Hey, he said bring him.
Bring him. Okay. What up, Joshua Young? What's the deal? Appreciate you for being here.
Joshua Young.
Billy Davis says, I wouldn't mind to get him. Okay.
Yep.
Stephen Hinton says, no injury prone.
Yeah.
The show says low ceiling, high floor. Cheap
Right.
deal, hopefully too. Coach DC says, hell no, he been hurt last 2 seasons, missed 20 games last 2 years. So, all right, man. I'm gonna get my take on this, bro. I'm completely off. I'm off. I don't want to deal with this, man.
Hey.
Reason being, I'm not saying he's not a good corner, bro, but we gotta be honest. And I said this on Twitter, and this completely went over people's heads. I said, if he ain't playing slot, then I don't know about bringing him over here, right?
Right.
And people are like, well, he's only played slot 10% of the time. What the hell are you talking about? Yeah, that's the point. If his ass can't play slot, then why are we bringing a 5'10" injury-prone corner here?
It's a valid point.
Be honest, bro.
Valid point.
We cannot. If he comes here, more than likely that body type and archetype for Pete he uses in the slot, right? And then now you're telling me he's only played 10% of his snaps in the slot? Well, no, it don't work because we have outside corners already. Why are we adding? We honestly, keep it a bean. We don't need competition on the outside corners. We don't really. I mean, we got DeCamerion Richardson. We have Eric Stokes. We have Darian Porter. If Jacorian ain't gonna play slot, he's over there, right? So now you add him in there. So that's already dudes over there. That's pretty much you understand who might play, who's in the mix, or whatever the case.
Right.
For slot, there's nothing. We got a damn safety rotating that slot.
Yeah, it's not pretty right now.
So if he ain't gonna come over here and play no slot corner, man, I can't do it. And last but not least, I be damned. I say what I say about Nate Hobbs. I be damned. I say what I say about Jacorian Bennett. And I'm like, oh yeah, bro, bring Jair Alexander. You say what you want about rundown, but rundown fair. I
agree.
I'm not gonna do that, bro. We just got rid of Nate Hobbs because he was injury prone, and now I'm gonna bring him in. Now I understand we paying him in Sour Patch Kids. I get that, but either way, bro, like we're paying him. Yeah, you could pay him in that little amount of money, but then what if he's not on the field? And at that point, it's a waste.
Big time.
I vote for what we said at the beginning, and all of you know it. Just go get Jalen Ramsey.
Hey, you ain't gonna get Coach DC. I think he's already said that. Somebody else, yep.
Go get Jalen Ramsey, man. That's the solution.
Ramsey.
It's the solution.
It is the solution.
Because at least if he can't play corner, bro, he's gonna play safety. Something, right? Like
he's gonna play something effectively.
100%. He's still a top 10 corner, and he's going to stay on the field more than Jair Alexander will. That's a fact. That's 100% fact.
Right. Hey, I do agree with Dark Phoenix too, though. We do kind of need all the help we can get. So if we do pick up a kid like this, that kind of tells us what we need to know about our secondary room. That it is still on shaky ground.
I agree with that. Even picking up Jalen Ramsey says that.
That's we on shaky ground. We on shaky
even
ground.
saying that says that to me. But even so, Jalen Ramsey gives me more peace of mind. To be honest with you, it gives me more peace of mind because I know he's gonna be there. Now with him, I like him. That's not saying he's not good, but let's keep in mind, bro. Like is he not a man corner number one? I thought he was a man corner.
He is.
How much man are we gonna play?
I don't think we play a lot of man.
We're not gonna play all that type of.
That ain't Patrick Graham's style.
Nah, we trying to play that zone, that off, and then you mix that in with Pete cover 3.
Bingo. Pete cover 3. Yes.
Playing what he actually wants to do anyway. So then at that point,
right.
Jalen Ramsey could do that 100%. Right, like what Pete and PG want to do, we could definitely do that with Jalen. Bigger body. We already know has the length, bro. And like you said, whatever we put him at, safety, corner, it's gonna work. I have very, very high hopes that that's gonna work if we can do that. Now, this is the only factor that we got to talk about, though. The compensation. It's different.
Yeah.
It's 100% different, right? So we can't talk about getting them and then not talk about like what it takes to get Jalen Ramsey because the Dolphins have not cut Jalen. So you still got to trade for that. And you got to pay him more money than you would be paying Jair Alexander. So the question is Jalen Ramsey worth that much more amount of money? Is he? And if that's the case, if that's what you think, then yeah, sure, there we go. But let's pose that to the chat, bro. I mean, and I'll pose that to you, Turf. Do you think that Jalen Ramsey is worth the type of compensation that we would give up over getting Jair Alexander at that minimum cost?
That's a great question, and to be honest, it's a tough call because is Jalen going to give you what you're looking for? You know what I mean? In terms, my bad. Let me make sure I mute that. Yeah, it's tough, bro. It's a fine line, and the bottom line is nobody should be upset with you trying to get the team right. You feel me? So you're gonna have to make a call. You're gonna have to make a call.
It's gonna be minimum, right? Like, I mean, if you get this dude, it's minimum. There's no way you're getting him for no big ass contract. It's not happening. But just personally, if you're asking me which one, I just know Jalen is gonna stay on the field more. Right, I just know Jalen's gonna stay on the field more. We already got one corner that's gonna miss the last 4 games in the season. We already got one, bro. We can't have 2. We can't have 2. And what's funny is, Turf, even in our group chat, when you say that, there is no response to that. No response.
Can't. Yeah.
It's what it is, bro. It is what it is. I just don't. We can't keep adding these injury-prone players. I don't think even looking at them. Looking at our roster, bro, I don't think we have that many players where I'm concerned about injury. Not really. No, I'm not really that concerned. Like maybe Eric Stokes because he has a lengthy injury path. That's the next one. I even forgot about that. Eric Stokes has a lengthy injury history.
He does.
He's been in the league for 4 or 5 years. Last year was his first full healthy year. Out of 4 years, dog. So now that's 2, right? You're talking about Jacorian Bennett, who don't finish the season in 2 years. Then you talk about Eric Stokes, who had his first healthy season in 4 years last year. So now we're gonna add another dude who's played 20 out of 60-something games. No, we cannot do that, bro.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, we can't do that. It makes 0 sense to do that. Now again, the money, it is very low risk, high reward. So it is worth saying that. If you do get this type of dude, so be it.
Right.
But initially, I don't think that's I don't think that takes us over the top if he's not playing. That's my thing.
Yeah, no, I agree. I do think that something is going to happen at that position. We're just too thin. We're just too inexperienced and too thin to go into the season with our secondary the way it is right now. I mean, our most experienced, knowledgeable cornerback, is it going to be Holmes?
I mean, he's the oldest.
He's the oldest. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's not even really a true starter. So, I mean, we definitely can't look up to JB as far as, you know, being that leader / dog. Like, he's just not there yet.
Yeah.
It's unfair to ask of him to be that. You know what I mean? You're in that position in the secondary. You know everything. You know everybody's position. You know everything. Like,
100%.
he's not there. He's
100%.
not.
Now, Pig says Pete Carroll was personally teaching press man to our corners. Now, I'm sure there's going to be I'm not going to say we're just a zone team. There's going to be some man sprinkled in there. There's going to be some times where you use press for the zone as well. But we're not a primarily man team. We're just not. We're a primary zone team.
Right.
That's why you want the long, lengthy corners that can run, that can break up the goddamn passing lanes, right? With the length. That's why you want that.
Right.
I don't know. For me, I'd rather Jalen Ramsey. I pass on this one probably. But again, like Dre says, if you're paying him only $4 million, can't really bat an eye. It is what it is. I'm not gonna complain.
Yeah. I'm not. Definitely not at that price.
Nah, hell no. You do what you do. I mean, you can't, like you said, can't be mad at trying to upgrade the team. And in another aspect, saying that same thing, right? Another player has gotten released. And in my estimation, this is a player that I am more high on getting than I would say Jair Alexander. I would make this more of a priority. And that player would be, boom, Jermaine Pratt out of Cincinnati. He got released today too, and I think now you probably got to battle with the Colts because remember his old DC went to the Colts. Lou Anarumo, he went to the Colts, so you might have to battle with that. But I heard we got guys on the squad that are friends with Jermaine Pratt. Now, if you were to tell me that our linebackers are Elandon Roberts and Jermaine Pratt, that moves me. I like that. Right?
It's not bad.
That I like.
It's not bad.
I like. Right? That even if you want to say you add Pratt and you're hoping Gainer makes a step, fine. But competition is competition, dog. If Gainer can beat out Pratt or Landon Roberts, that tells me all I need to know.
Correct.
Right? Like, you done got better. Fine. But though right now, as it stands, linebacker is our shakiest unit. And if you're gonna tell me you want to add talent by any means, it damn near has to be that position. I ain't gonna lie.
See, so that's where you and we could have a debate because I actually think we're more promising in the linebacker room than we are in the secondary. Our secondary terrifies me, and without Wilkins being available, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think we can.
Real quick before we continue, though, I just want to shout out to Cool Kev because I just saw him right now. Appreciate you for being here, bro.
Yeah, Cool Kev.
I see him.
Yep.
I ain't see Cool Kev in a minute, but
run down, sir.
What's going on? But yeah, okay. You're saying the secondary, right?
I think our secondary is definitely the weakest group in our. It's between secondary and wide receiver. We don't have a number one in either of those groups, bro. Not even anything remotely close.
That's okay for me. It's linebacker for sure, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's because Elandon Roberts to me is our only viable linebacker right now. Our only one. You can say, oh, this dude's promising, or if your sentence starts with I hope this dude does something, he's not there yet. So at that point, bro, we can't sit there and be like, oh yeah, bro, he's this, he's that. If your first couple words out of your mouth is, man, I hope to see that, or man, I wish we see improvement, then no, it's not there. Elandon Roberts is the only guy that's really played, and we can have confidence in saying like, all right, that's a guy. Not Devin White either, because we haven't seen Devin White do it in a while. We just haven't. So we don't know what to expect. We hope for Amari Gainer. There's hope, but we don't know. Eichenberg, Lindenberg, we'll see, right? We have no idea what that either, but probably one of them is regulated to special teams, and one of them is getting cut, if I had to guess.
And I think we know which one is getting cut because, again, which one came in with which regime. See, and that's the beauty of the NFL because that is a very easy way to look at things. I'm telling you, that's why I have Phillips making the team over Tucker, and people are probably going to look at me like I'm crazy for that. But I think Tucker's time is run, man. I don't know.
This cut season gonna be crazy. But I mean, looking at it, if you slot Jermaine Pratt in, he's immediately our second or damn near fighting for the best linebacker on the team.
True.
He was top 10 last season. Top 10 in tackles last season. With Devin White, when we make this argument, we say, well, yeah, in 2019, he was bro.
Right. No, you're right.
It's 2025. We cannot continue to base what we think about Devin White on that season that was many moons ago. We can't do that.
Right.
So what have you done for me lately? He played. I know the Bengals as a whole were shit on defense, but he's not. So
No. He had some questionable plays. They got him in the
100%.
Browns game where he was looking pretty bad. But
100%. But
yeah.
when you're looking right, like he's probably our best coverage linebacker.
oh, easy.
He'd be our best coverage dude immediately.
Easy.
Until Gaynor shows something. Now, my hope is that Gaynor is that guy, but we can't just put all the eggs in one basket.
No. Sure
We
cannot.
can't do that. So let me see what y'all talking about, man. Let me see. You're paying for what you're getting. I think that comes with Jair Alexander. That's a fact. If you're paying $4 million, you pretty much can't complain if he's hurt on the game.
Correct.
There's that.
You expect to have him a little bit.
Yeah, you expect to have him for his $4 million worth of games. That's pretty much it. Lonnie Johnson might be the vet's DB.
Yeah.
I would see. The only reason I'm struggling with that is because I would accept it, but then this is where I struggle with. Right? You could say, yeah, he's the veteran, but I would personally want a veteran teaching my guys who's accomplished. Right? When I guarantee you, right? You put Jalen Ramsey in the room, Darian Porter, DeCamerion Richardson, every word. Why? That's an all-pro. You can't say, bro, that's damn near going to the Hall. For real, if he continues his trajectory. You know what I mean? He's already got a ring, bro, and he's been a top 10 corner for some years. He's damn near going to the Hall. So they're going to follow every word, bro. Lonnie Johnson is not that type of veteran. Right. I mean, you said, like, and it's not saying, like, you're going to dismiss what he says.
No.
But it's keeping it a beam. Like, he's just not that guy that Jalen Ramsey is. This is a different type of teaching that I would say.
Yep. I'm 100% in agreement with that. 100%.
That's not trying to be, disrespectful or none of that.
No,
I mean,
not at
that's
all.
Truthful.
Not at all. Exactly. And I agree with Cool Cav. White is a Band-Aid at this point. I mean, I think Chris was high on him. I think he was probably the only one that was kind of high on.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. As far as the crew, where'd you go? Uh-oh, we lost Rundown.
No, I'm right here. I'm over here taking this thing for my sinuses, but motherfuckers think I'm over here snorting that booger sugar. We're talking about booger.
Let me know when you come back. There you go. Okay.
We was talking about that booger sugar on my last show, boy. That boy, not today. Hey, but if y'all, this saves lives. If y'all have sinuses, this vapor stuff right here, it saves lives, bro. It saves lives. But continuing, man. As we looking, Yaya says Carroll building on foundational level. Yes, sir. And that's what you're supposed to do. That's what you got to do. Steve Jones, be practical and get Pratt. I think that's the practical move. If you had to ask me, would you rather Jair Alexander or Jermaine Pratt? I'd probably go with Jermaine Pratt, to be honest with you.
Be practical. I mean, it's sound advice. I don't see how you can.
So thin. We're one player in the linebacker room not playing good away. Like we're one player away from that being a complete disaster. Because if Orlando Roberts, hey, I say it all the time, knock on wood. Orlando Roberts gives us what we're supposed to. Right.
And I see, this is why I'm a little confused with your take on our secondary being better than our line. Our linebacking core. Because, I mean, yeah, sure, he doesn't cover well. We get that. But you can compensate somewhat for that. We don't have Wilkins, my guy. That's the biggest scare for me because I don't think we get what we want regularly without Wilkins, meaning helping out that secondary for them to work this out, man. Because again, all these guys in the linebacking core, we only got a couple of rookies, man. Think about it. And in fact, we only have one rookie.
Well, this is where, because I think you're only looking at it from the pass coverage standpoint, and I'm looking at it from all of it. Because I don't think that anybody is going to be consistent in the run, regardless of Elandon Roberts either. And what you're saying about Wilkins, I'm on complete agreement with, just on the other side, where I'm saying there is nobody to take on these gaps in the front line, right? There is going to be no help for whoever that is besides Elandon Roberts. We were already pissed off at Divine Diablo. Can you imagine having somebody worse than Divine Diablo playing where they're playing? That's what I'm saying. Like, that can very well happen. Where we're watching Divine Diablo miss tackle after tackle, not shooting the right gap, or the gap is right there and he breaking down so softly, right? There can be worse than that, and I fear that there is worse on the squad than that. And if that's the case, bro, if we're getting gashed in the run and the pass, because right now we got to hang our hat on the run. That's it for right now.
Right.
We have to hang our hat on the run because of Christian Wilkins, like you're saying, and our secondary is young. So we don't know what we're getting there. So we got to hang our hat on the fact that we got to be a good run defense. But if we ain't that.
Well, see, and that's my point, though. That's my point, because even without Wilkins, the type of linebacking core we have, I feel that the run game is pretty secure, meaning we can still withstand that. It's the pass game because we already got a secondary that we don't know. We can't even say unsure. We flat out just don't know. At least we have an idea that we'll be able to stop the run with our linebacking core, in my opinion, regardless of the front line. I think we have some major run stoppers in the linebacker side. It's that pass game that scares me. That's what scares me more than anything, because we have no secondary. Like, we're no closer to a number one at secondary than we are at linebacker, in my opinion.
Man, it's so bad at linebacker. We took Jalen Smith. We took Jalen Smith from trading 4X full time at his house to say, all right, we're gonna go ahead and sign you, bro. This man where was the last team Jalen Smith was on?
Right.
Was it us? Some years ago? That was the last time he was signed, because I don't remember the last time he was on the squad on an active roster.
Right.
I really don't. But it got so bad that we even signed him off the street. To try to get something in this linebacker room.
Right.
I don't.
No,
know,
I
man.
agree. I'm just saying. I just don't. So I'm just saying. How is it worse off than our corners? Like, who do we have? JB is our best cornerback right now, and he's never played a full season.
Because the reason I say it's worse is because there's hope in the secondary. I have actual hope. Like, I'll give you that, right? I have actual hope that Darian Porter will turn into something. You know what I mean? Like, I got faith that, like, they're gonna get something out of that. I got faith that even if JB don't play well, right? The way that if they can get something out of Eric Stokes too, there's faith, right? Because he's actually played well before. So it's not like we're searching and seeking to be like, all right, man, like what can we find that's not there?
That's a valid point.
With Eichenberg and all them, it's like, bro, we're like
we're in
pushing.
Trouble. We in trouble.
You feel
we in trouble.
We're almost pushing for them to be good, bro. It's like we're trying to find shit that's not there, bro. So that's where I get scared at.
Yep, I agree.
That's where I get scared, bro. Because at least with that, I'm like, dog, I got something to lean back on the secondary. Something.
Shout out to Raider Rebel in the building.
Facts. Even JB, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like, me and you aren't the biggest fans, and we'll talk about that right now. But even so, he got last year. So
right, Raider Rebels. We don't know what we have at corner. Honestly, we could have 3 lockdown guys. We just don't know yet. And Rebel, you're right. I agree. I agree with Rundown too. I think there's more hope and promise with what we have currently for the secondary as opposed to our linebacking core. But as far as right this second, if somebody if you were forced to make a pick, I don't see how you pick the secondary over linebacking core right now. That's just how I see until we figure it out. You know, even Pigs is talking about, you know what I'm saying, our safeties. You know what I'm saying? Come in on passing down that linebacker. They can actually, and we got big safeties too. I'm not worried about the run. It's the pass that I'm worried about. I'm really bad.
I'm just saying, bro, when we talk about some of the young linebackers that we have confidence in, it's only one name that comes up.
Yeah.
There's only one name.
Yeah.
And if that name don't work out,
we're
trouble.
Screwed. We in trouble. It's Gainer. Yeah, it's Amari Gainer. Now you're right. You are right about that.
Nobody sits here and says Eichenberg, and nobody says, like, people like Lindenberg, but let's be honest with ourselves. If you're thinking that it's more than special teams right now, come on now. You know what I mean? Like, we got to see that. But as of right now, it ain't more than special teams. So
correct.
It's only one dude that we're all like, bro, I hope he works out. And if that shit don't, boy,
we in trouble. We in trouble.
It's a wrap, bro. It's a wrap.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Let me see, man. Now, yes, we can bring the safeties in on passing downs, but I mean that's a lot to be doing all the time, and it's a tail. So then at that point, we pretty much know what time it is when you start bringing Chin and them down in the box. It's like, all right, they're covering tight ends over here. You know what I mean? So if it's third and manageable, let's get them off course.
Shout out to Alec M. I like that name, Amari with Ferrari, talking about Gainer. I like that because he could play like that, and if he does, I think he has all the tools and ability too. Spot on. You right about that rundown. I do have to back up and give props where props are due as far as that take, because the linebacking core isn't as promising as the secondary, especially right. The Camryon can still build. I mean, getting Darian in the third and him being so promising based on what they're saying right now. Already like Stokes, right? You're right. And I have to concede to that.
See, but that's the thing, Rebel. Yeah, they're playing. Roberts is gonna be he's the green dot. Roberts is the green, so he's playing middle. Right. He's gonna play middle. If you were to tell me that Atlanta Roberts is not playing middle, well, who the hell is? There's nobody else on the roster where I'm like, dog, you trust them to give calls and all that extra. Like, nah. Now trading pays. Oh, I'm sure it does. But hey, we had to grab somebody to do that. You know what I'm saying? We had to grab somebody that was doing that. Nah, bro. That don't mean it's good. See, look, Jalen with the Cowboys a few years ago. I think it's more than a few.
Right.
Hopium. Pete Carroll can coach the secondary. Facts. It's all
that is very true.
But I don't know what the secondary has Pete.
But you are right about that.
The secondary has Pete, so at least there you can have some more confidence in that too, and be like, all right, well, they got a good coach with them.
Shout out to Taddy 707, man.
JB says, y'all see that old boy Jerry Judy's trying to make a comeback within the year. Man. I mean, he had a nice little year last year, but even then, you know, we gotta have the corners. But I think we do have the corners to mess with him, bro. I really do.
Right.
But they're just young. This is the only thing.
Right.
Now, let me see. Here goes Angelo. Let me see, man. Gainer could be a breakout player. Yep. We better hope.
Absolutely. I think he has all the tools, man. It's just a matter of if we're giving him, you know what I'm saying, everything he needs to thrive, and that Wilkins can hurt us. That Wilkins hurt us. I ain't gonna lie. So
yeah. What's who's Barrett?
Barry?
Because Angelo is saying we still have Barrett, but I'm gonna keep it B with you, Angelo. You know I do this all the time, every day, all day. I don't know who the hell that is.
Barrett at linebacker? Yeah, I don't know who that is either.
I don't know who the hell that is. And even if he's in the squad, even if he is, it's a damn shame because at no point did I know this man existed. And there's no disrespect.
Right.
I had no idea this man existed. And When did we pick him up? From where? That's all. That's all.
He's 2024. Yeah, he got drafted. I want to say he got drafted in the 7th round from Michigan. 240th pick.
This year? Last year?
No, this would have been the 240th pick. Number 43, Las Vegas. Wait, when did he get drafted? What year did he get drafted?
Last year, like
2024.
He got drafted last year. A 7th round pick 240.
I ain't hanging my hat on that.
Come on now.
Nah, you can't bring him up. Yeah, he's
we can't do it.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. We're trying to hope that we have some in there. If our best hope at linebacker is somebody that was drafted in the 7th round a year ago at pick 240, and I don't think pretty much nobody really know who this dude is, it's not happening. It's probably not happening. We're screwed.
Right.
We're screwed.
Right. Yep.
Cause I'm looking at it, okay, but oof, yeah, nah.
Yeah, I don't like that hope. I like the hope in the line and in the secondary more so than I do in the linebackers, for sure.
I mean, because you drafted in the secondary. You put investments in. There's investment in that. So
right.
I mean, it looked like there's investment in that. And today, one thing I did not agree with Spytek that when he was talking, and I hope I can show it, but he did say, like, yeah, I'm a former linebacker, so I feel like, if I'm not getting that position right, then, it's whatever.
Wow, did he say that? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your antenna should be ringing if that's the case, dog.
It should have been ringing a long time ago, unless he's got that same belief thought in Gainer. If you look at that Gainer as being that guy and just trying to put pieces around him, I think you did a good job.
Well, there you go.
Because nobody's Gainer. Nobody's Amari Gainer. He's literally the only standout.
Yeah. Size,
speed.
Athletic. Yeah, it's hit.
He's the only standout. The only one that can do both, meaning cover and defend. You know what I'm saying? As far as the run.
That's a fact. So let's put it there, man. I definitely put it there. But now, looking at it, as we continue and we about to end it off in a little bit, but just trying to see what else, we see as far as the team before we start some of this. Is there any other places that you think the Raiders should go as far as signings, right, that we should try to look at? Because, I mean, realistically, it doesn't seem like anybody's out there. Now, we have our holes on the roster, but how much can we do at this point?
Honestly, nothing, in my opinion. I mean, what's there? I mean, we need a number one wide receiver. What number one wide receiver is available that's worth trading or doing something for?
Not no receiver right now.
That's what I'm saying. There's not a single one. It is the biggest glaring hole that we have. From what I hear in terms of Thornton, I am happy. I do think he's got some great potential to come in and start and get a lot of minutes early. I just don't want to hang my hat on it.
I know. I mean, what I'm hearing so far, I really like, man. I really like it. I want to see him make a little more plays as training camp goes on.
Yep.
Just hear about him winning more one-on-ones, especially with the joint practices, and it's preseason too. That's going to show a lot. So I definitely want to see that. But I love what I'm hearing from him too. He seemed like a good dude. We'll never talk about nobody personality or whatever. Here, but good dude, man. My question personally was, let's see where the route tree is at right now, so we can see where we can put him at early, right? Because if your route tree's not all the way there, then we're going to use the speed, but it's just going to be in certain situations. But if we want more, and I'm guessing nobody gets drafted saying I'm just going to be a deep threat and that's it.
No, exactly.
So at the end of the day, bro, if we want more, we're going to have to continue to push and say, let's work on the route tree. Let's see the route tree. We're not just here to say, oh, man, you're going to be a Hall of Fame dude just because you got drafted here. Like, no, that's not what this is for. This is
to his defense, bro. I mean, Chip's been raving about his route tree. He's been raving about his ability early. That nobody thought these things. And apparently a lot of people forgot he was at Oregon beforehand and actually had a decent route tree as far as what I've been told. I'm not going to sit here and act like I watched him ever play at Oregon. I didn't even know he was there.
Right.
But, hey, if that's the case, you know what I mean?
Keep making plays, bro. That's my only thing. As long as
Yeah.
he keeps making plays, man. I hear about him more than I hear about Besh. So at that point, you know, that's whoever's making the plays, bro. Whoever's making the plays is all I need to know.
Yes, sir.
So, quick question, from JB. He asked, "Do y'all think we keep both of our tight ends?" Yes.
Absolutely. I mean, shoot. Now we're probably mad we didn't keep a third, to be honest. I don't know if they was joking today or if that was Leo playing around, but there was mentioning of 13 personnel. So for the people that don't know what 13 personnel is, that's 2 tight ends. Or excuse me, it's 3 tight ends, I believe. Something like that. So 1 wide receiver, 1 running back, 3 tight ends, I believe is 13 personnel.
Yeah.
12 we know is 2 tight ends. So I was just raving earlier to the chat group how I felt like for the last few years, we by far, bar none, have had the best tight end room, right? With 2 to 3 different Mackey Award winners in it at one point in time. So, yes, we're keeping Michael Mayer, and I don't even know who is behind him.
Ian Thomas is after that.
Okay, hopefully he's
But they've been ranting and raving about Ian Thomas too, so
good.
even Pete said something today about it. So he was like, "Damn, like we got 3 tight ends that are fired." Like so,
and blocking, which is what we're looking for. Again, we're not looking for these tight ends like a Bowers. That we have a Bowers. You don't want a whole bunch of Bowers. That doesn't even make sense.
that's a fact.
You want more of a blocking situation because you also know you have to compensate for guess who? Mr. Ashton Janty, because he's not going to be able to block, particularly those people off the edge. Hell, even the tight ends can't block edge rushers. So you see what I'm saying?
Facts.
It's it'll be interesting.
Salute. I'm seeing some people in the chat, man. I'm seeing some people tap in. What's going on, Yoshi, man? Appreciate you for being here. Thank you. Who else we got, man? I saw somebody else. All right, guy Isaiah in the building, man. What's going on, bro? Ian Thomas, a good blocking tight end. I agree.
Yep.
So if you can use the 13, like Dre is saying, you start putting Brock in the X in the slot, right? And then you still got 2 tight ends that are viable on the line.
That's gonna be a problem.
Right? So, looks good, man. And again, I've said it multiple times, and I'm sticking to it. Right? If you hear it from anybody, you heard it from Rundown first. I think the offense is going to be better than the defense this year.
Whoa! Why that? Why really? I did not know you thought that.
I've said that. Yeah, I've been saying it all off season. I'm sticking to it, bro.
That's awesome.
Be a little bit better.
So here y'all got some back and forth with me and nephew because I think he is completely wrong. I think the cohesion is still there at defense. Now it's getting fine-tuned. You know what I'm saying? Because you have that stability with PG. And adding a sprinkle on Pete, right? You know what I'm saying? We don't have a number 1 wide receiver, so there's just no way I'm going to agree that the offense is going to be better than our defense.
Reason I say that is because we finally got the veteran quarterback, right? That's there.
Right, I agree with that.
Secondly, this is the first time in a long time where I'm going into these games, especially in our division, and I'm saying we're not being severely outcoached, right, from offense to defense or whatever the case. Like, we got a play caller where I'm very, very confident in. There's that. And there's more continuity, I believe, on offense than there is on defense. If you look, bro, we squad for a minute when you talk about our defense. Merrick, Spillane, Hobbs. Like, we lost some guys, so there's going to be some learning curves from those important positions, in my opinion, where it's like it's going to take a little bit, where I feel like this offense has the leadership now to keep it steady. And you know what I mean? We can run the ball now. We start running the ball, bro. It's a wrap. Like it's definitely
Right.
a wrap already.
Right.
Really
No,
good.
I agree with that.
It's what we need. So
Yeah, if we run the ball, yeah, I will wholeheartedly agree with you on that. If we can run the rock, absolutely the offense is going to be better. That's just there's just no way around that. But I don't know as
we're
much as
older
I'm
on
not
offense too. We're older on offense. We younger on defense.
right.
We kind of younger on defense because the line's got a lot of young dogs on it. Right. We just drafted dudes. Linebackers is relying on hella young dudes. And we
Right.
already just talked about the secondary. They're hella young. So defense is a little more unseasoned, if you will.
No, that's a good point. That's a good point. It is. It's unseasoned, but it's still more cohesive because of the coaching staff. That's really the key, right? We know Chip Kelly is Chip Kelly, but it's his first year implementing this here. With PG, he's in year 4. So that's what I'm hanging my hat
That's
on.
true. That's true. That's true. Let's think when it's all said and done, bro, we're going to look and we're going to be like, damn.
We
The
are.
offense is kind of, it was moving. You know what I mean? The offense was moving a little bit. And I hope so. I hope so. Even if we just get adequate play from the defense, right? Like
Right.
if we got last year, let's just keep it real, Turf. If we got last year from the defense,
Right.
we're going to win more games.
I agree.
'Cause the defense was still at a base level. It was still at a level where it was like, if the offense could move the ball and keep them off the field, we would be working.
Yep.
We'd be working. So, yeah, if we got last year, damn it. Shit, we gonna win some more games for sure. Now, I want to bring up Pigs, and I don't know if this is, so I don't want to go fully into it. But if it is, I need certain individuals to the forefront. Pigs says Genty says he did not spend any time on pass. Now, when this comment is here, if it's true, right? I'm prefacing it by saying that because I haven't seen the comment. I'm not saying you're lying about it, but I have not seen that, so I just don't know what he said. But if that's the case, I need guys like Money Chuck and all that to the forefront immediately. What is this? What is this? And then they'll come, just because he didn't do it doesn't mean he can't do it.
Right.
What? No, bro. There's certain. What happened was this is something that needs to be worked on. So for his last year in school, they said, well, it is what it is. You don't have to do that much, bro. We're gonna put you to the forefront. We're trying to win this Heisman. You don't win the Heisman pass blocking. Sadly, right? And as though, you know what I mean? It's what you're supposed to do as a running back.
Right.
You win the Heisman running the football.
Absolutely.
It's what it is, bro.
100%.
Okay. That's what you do. I mean, we understand there are politics in the college game. I ain't gonna hold that against them. You try to win that Heisman. You do
Correct.
what you do.
Correct.
But when you come into the league, you understand that ain't gonna get it done. It's just
Right.
not gonna happen.
Right.
Right? Funny enough, Turf, remember when we talked about the fumbles, right? And funny that Genty received a phone call from Pete and John Spytek the night before the draft saying, hey, man, we got to fix these fumbles. You think we can fix it?
Exactly.
Very interesting, right? Because when you're not out here just kissing ass, all of a sudden you're hating. And this thing, like we just said with Dante Thornton, nobody's going to come in and just expect base level averageness. No, sirree.
Nope.
The gift and curse is saying we expect greatness, and with that, sometimes comes unfair expectation. Sometimes, bro, that's just simple in fact. But at the end of the day, bro, we're shooting for greatness, are we not?
Absolutely. 100%.
So, bro, everybody got stuff to work on. And if that's the case, then he's gonna be working on that now. But understand, like Rundown and Turf been saying, if what Pigs is saying is true, then this year's gonna be a slight struggle to start off getting his footing. As talking about how do I need to block? What's the strength of some of these blockers?
Right.
You know what I mean? How fast do I need to get to the hole here? It's a learning curve. It's all learning. So it might be rough. But that does not mean in how long Ashton Genty plays, he will not be able to become an adequate blocker.
Right.
Does
Shout out to JB. A number one pick should not come off the field because he can't pass block. First and foremost. But a great question from my man.
He almost made me shed a tear with that, dog.
Exactly.
That's football sense, dog. That's what I'm
But the
talking about.
the great question from him though is how long do y'all see Chip Kelly lasting in Las Vegas? It's a great question. It's a great question because does he go back to trying to become a head coach? Is he trying to look to be a head coach in Vegas? Is he gonna be, a little pouty kid when this job gets offered to PG, and is he going to take his ball and go somewhere else and go get a head coaching position? Yeah, go ahead.
For me, I could see him being like Spagnuolo if it's real, because he said it himself. Multiple people have said he don't care about being no head coach, and if that's the truth, right? If that's the case, I can see him being a Steve Spagnuolo, bro. I just want to be around ball. You feel what I'm saying? Like, even if because keep in mind, like you're saying, if PG is the successor, then that's 2 years from now, 3 years from now.
Right.
Which we've already had this working relationship for 2-3 years where it's like, well, I know you, you know me, is what it is. Even if I get this head coaching job, you know what to expect from me. You didn't see me day to day for 3 years.
Right.
So then Chip can continue and stay here, and then you can keep it easy. But the only way it throws a wrench in the plans is to say, well, the succession plan's not clear, or there's a change of heart where it's like, well, you know what, I do want to be a head coach now. Well, yeah.
Right.
Now we're screwed.
All right.
I see him being like a Spagnuolo, where he just stays as a coordinator. Right now, Spagnuolo is actively looking for a head coaching job, but I don't see him looking for one anytime soon, for real. I mean, you the highest paid coordinator in the league.
By double. By
you
double.
know what I mean? It's cushy. You living in Vegas. Not that much bullshit you got to deal with. You feel what I'm saying? The media's not that bad. Bro, it's like, really, he could kick his feet up. For real, because he's getting damn near head coach money without head coach stress.
Right.
So for real, bro, I really don't got to worry about all that, to be honest.
Right. Shout out to my guy, Coach Gravy in the building. What's cracking with you, baby? Good to see you, brother.
Oh, man. What's going on? Yeah, bro, I think long term, man. I think Chip just making too much bread for him to just. I mean, he got it too good, to be honest. He damn near got the backup quarterback job, like coaching job, for real.
Right.
Where, like, the backup quarterback, you look, he's like, bro, he's making a hell of bread. Aiden making hella bread. He ain't got to do nothing. He's never really got to do nothing, for real. And you hope he never has to do nothing.
Exactly.
Same with Chip, bro. He ain't got to do the big stage, bro. We hope he never has to be on the big stage.
I think he's learned his lesson, like you said. I think he knows and understands that, hey, this is my wheelhouse. And at least I'm hoping and praying, man, because I'll tell you one thing. There comes a time in your life and even your own, whether it's corporate, you run your own business or what have you, where you are going to have that come to Jesus talk, as they say. Mm-hmm. And you're going to have to really be honest with yourself on where you're good at, because otherwise your business or your job is going to absolutely suffer. It's just what it is, guys. I mean, right? We all have a special talent, and it's no different in football.
Yeah, there's only one running back in the history of running backs that can ever say he had zero weakness, and that's Bo Jackson.
Bingo.
The only weakness he had was injury. If that's all you're saying, bro, then there you go. But to me, that's the only running back in the history of running backs.
There's one other one that I'll give that I don't think gets the credit he deserves, and it's because of the longevity as well as what he's accomplished. And I've already been talking about him because I think it's the ceiling for the player we have, and that is Emmitt Smith. Emmitt Smith.
You think he had zero weakness in the game?
Well, no, he had a speed weakness. He didn't break 80-yarders. That would be the only knock on Emmitt Smith. He didn't constantly break the big ones. But literally everywhere else, whether it comes to catching the ball out of the backfield, blocking, he is probably the best blocking running back probably in history.
See,
Go check
with
the
a
tape
running
for
back,
itself.
if speed is your issue, but you tell me everything else is Hall of Fame level, I could take that though.
Right.
Because
Me too.
realistically, I know if I can get you 5 to 8 yards per carry, you feel what I'm saying? Well, shit, by the time I look up, I'm down at the goal line.
Bingo.
So at that point, it is what it is. And you telling me he's one of the best blockers that you've ever seen? Well, yeah, you got that right. Best can catch the ball as well. And you telling me the only thing is speed, I'll take that. But we can't. See, it's the thing, even with Barry, right? Even with Barry.
Barry,
There
yeah.
are certain things in Barry's game. You're like,
He wasn't a blocker. He was not a blocker. Barry wasn't no blocker.
but guess what though? You can do that because if I can shake people out their shoes the way I do, then it don't matter. I don't care.
Or draw people wherever you go, right?
Yeah,
That's
bro,
the other
that's
big
what it
difference
is.
with Barry. You had to spy Barry.
Is
You
what
had
it
to
is.
spy Barry, otherwise it's a wrap.
See, and that's what we're saying. Shout out to Pigs. If the first year he's not going to sit here and say like he's going to be the best blocker, then I immediately expect that to come on the form of catching the ball.
Right.
Now, and I'm not saying this is it, but we're bringing up backs to make it clear on what we're talking about. Now we're talking about the LTs and the Marshall Falks of it, where it's like, all right, bro, I don't necessarily think about their pass blocking, but I think about running routes, catching the ball out the backfield, being just as dangerous with that, where you got to find them on third down, and if you don't, you're screwed, right? So that's what I expect from Genty year one, bro. Like, get in that passing game and get nasty. I expect that immediately.
Right.
And guess what he said, Turf? I don't know if you heard it, but did you hear what Genty said he expects from himself year one?
I didn't. Uh-oh.
He said 1,500 rushing yards.
Hey, I like it. See, I like that because that's bold.
That's it.
That's a lot coming from a rookie. Like, a lot of people will be like, hold on, rookie. You whooping too tough. But it goes to show me that he understands the assignment. He knows what us real ball heads know is required for being picked at number 6.
What we expect.
It's the expectation.
Now again, and we came out here and said that too, Turk. We said 1,400, 1,500, and to point it blank, and we easy money. That's not even counting the receiving yards we just said. Not even counting. So then, if you can add me another 3-4 on that, we sitting pretty. We doing what we're supposed to do. And shout out. Now you got to answer this, Turf, because I don't really know. But for real, I'm just on top of my head the era that it was. I don't think a lot of catching was required.
It wasn't.
Bo couldn't catch.
Right. I'm not going to say he couldn't catch, but I'm not going to sit here and act like he was ever the first option for catching anything. Let's just keep it a beam, right? Just like shout out to Pigs, man. That's a very arguable statement that Edgerrin James was a better pass blocker because he was a bigger guy in general, and Edgerrin James wasn't every down back. I don't know what his numbers left him with. I don't recall how long he played, but in my eyes, I wouldn't be mad if Edgerrin James got into the Hall of Fame as a runner. And that might be short-sighted because I was a fan of his, but when we're talking this whole overall complete running back, Edgerrin James is right in the class. You know what I'm saying? With everybody else that's considered an every down back. There's no question about it. Yeah, Edgerrin James was a monster.
Okay, now here's another good question because this takes us into something else. Does our O-line support a 1,500-yard rusher?
Ooh.
That's the question. That's the question we got right now. Does the O-line support a 1,500-yard rusher? I think as it sits, it can. It can. And the reason I say this, I've been preaching this whole time. There's real continuity on the line.
Right.
There's real continuity on the squad. When you look, think about it, Turf. A lot of the guys minus Kappa played last year. A lot of them. So Colton played, even though he was hurt, but he played, right?
Yes.
I don't like Dylan Parham that much, but it is what it is. He played sparingly. Meredith played. JPJ played.
Yeah.
DJ Glaze played. So everybody minus Kappa, who wasn't on the squad, was there, right? Was
Right.
there.
Right.
Now, the issue that you would have is, for me, there are some spots that I just think are weak right now where it's like, we got to get Dylan Parham. He's either got to get on or get off. Got to get on or get off. Obviously, DJ Glaze can't be the same player he was last year. He's got to get better. If he doesn't, then we're not going to take a step as a line. And JPJ is essential to us taking a step.
Yes.
He's just saying, I'm gonna be honest. Glaze can take like the minute step, but if JPJ takes that leap that we know he can, I'm
Right.
telling you, that takes the line to exponential heights. It takes
Right.
it to exponential heights.
Right. And for you young bucks, you historians, pigs, thank you. James did go into the Hall of Fame 2020. I'm telling y'all right now, you're not gonna find many more complete running backs. Complete. The key word, ladies and gentlemen, is complete running back. You're not going to find many more. He's top 5 all time for sure. He did have an ACL issue. JP obviously pointed this out too, and it's because Edgerrin James was that guy. I mean, played with Peyton Manning, the Colts. I mean, he had one of the most solid careers that any running back in the league has had. Seriously. And I'm talking he never came off the field.
Running back you've seen with your two eyes.
The most complete that I've seen with my two eyes, man. The person that sticks out to me more than just anybody across the board, it's Marshall Faulk, bro. Because he pass blocked, and his everything else was just more elite than everybody else. I'm gonna just keep it a bean. His catch out of the backfield, screenplay, his running a bit, all of that was just better than the average best of those guys, right? He's the number one guy that comes to my mind, but trust me, I'm sure somebody's gonna bring somebody up, and I'm gonna be like, "Ooh, you're right." And I'm biased. Y'all know I'm biased because Marshall Faulk, I got to see him in person in the 90s early when I got to San Diego, and I just never seen nothing like that in my life.
No, I feel you. We're going to bounce back and forth real quick.
Yeah.
O-line, how do you feel about the O-line real quick? Do you think that it's adequate enough to do what it has to do?
Do I think we have the pieces? Potentially, yes. I'm actually more optimistic about the offensive line having what it needs than any other of those groups. But they still have to prove it. They still have to get the right combination. That's the key because there's still just some pieces we don't know where they fit.
Yeah, I just think it's the combination with the offensive line because honestly, there's depth, right? Like we got young dudes in there and some older veterans that can challenge for some spots. Pretty much proven starters that's played already, So I don't really like my only thing with the offensive line was just making sure that there was continuity. And then some people will be like, well, before the draft, you was talking about the offensive line. Yeah, I mean, if you had the ability to add another piece at the guard where you're like, oh, yeah, bro, this dude's going to be a Pro Bowler. Hell yeah.
Right.
You got them right to try to do that. But as of right now, there ain't no Pro Bowlers as guards that we have. We just got guys that are adequate. So
there is a name. I have to bring it up, man. Shout out to Pigs. Walter Payton. He might be considered the best all-around back ever. I wouldn't – there's no way for me to argue that because he's another one that – bro, when you watch him punch a linebacker almost twice his size right in between the numbers without getting a head start and you see a bomb, right? It's just – bro, it's – those running backs back then was different, man.
Sure.
They different.
My guy, bro, and I hate to say it because I can't get no jersey. I can't show no real love. But hey, man, it's LaDainian Tomlinson.
Hey, again, probably the best complete one. He's in the top 5 as far as the best complete backs.
Man, I can't get no jersey. I can't show no love. right? But with my 2 eyes, bro, this man was one of the most complete running backs I've ever seen in my
all
life.
time.
Bro.
Of all
Everything.
time.
When you want to talk about, and all of us in here know, we all Raider fans know, when you want to talk about not coming off the field, he don't come off the field.
Ever.
That's the definition,
Ever.
dog. That's what it is right there. You talk about LaDainian Tomlinson, mother, we running, we catching, we blocking. I'm at quarterback now. I'm doing whatever you need. I'm
Everything.
like, bro,
Everything. I'm here on punt.
You feel me? Kick return, but that's what I'm talking about, man. Like,
No, and that's why I say there's just so many names, bro, and he is absolutely one I put him right next to Edgerrin James, and in fact, I would put him over Edgerrin James only because of the lack of the ACL issue, more years,
right, and the longevity.
Exactly.
Longevity. He was up there. Now, you know, you could say, AP. I love Adrian Peterson, but I don't think like this is a hot take.
Well, he didn't have a out of the backfield catching. He didn't have no kind of nobody was looking to get him involved into the passing game.
Hell no, you're not doing that. No, you're not doing that. Big ass.
They created shit
out
for
the
Marshall
backfield,
Faulk.
bro, that you get to running. That's exactly what you do.
Exactly.
That's exactly it. But, hey, bro, appreciate it. Chargers needed more running back depth. I ain't convinced not having Sproles is why they couldn't win it all. Man, that's another guy, bro. I just saw Darren Sproles.
Darren Sproles was a monster.
Crazy, bro.
Monster.
Yeah. Oh, dog. LT, man. 3 tubs. He done passed one in. He done caught one in.
Bro, LT was, again, I put him above.
You know what's crazy? Like, and this is going on topic. We probably ended off a little bit here, but this is real. Like, I saw some poll come out, and this is a great question to kind of end it off. There's a poll. Who is the most hated player by the fan base right now? A lot of people said for our fan base it was Travis Kelce. A lot of people said it was Kelce for right now.
As far as who we hate the most.
Yeah, fan base, right? Like as of right now, currently. So let's ask the modern question. Currently, do you think that's accurate that Travis Kelce is the Raiders, the fan base's most hated player right now? I don't agree with that, to be honest.
I don't think it's him.
I don't either.
I pick Mahomes over him.
Yeah, I thought it was Mahomes.
I pick Mahomes over him.
I thought it was Mahomes. I didn't think Kelce was our most hated player as a fan base. I mean, how does the chat feel? To me, it's Mahomes. That's just me.
It's gotta be. I mean, he's the only one that does us more dirty than anybody else in the NFL.
I don't. Like, Kelce's annoying. You feel what I'm saying? He's annoying, but shit. Well, I wasn't really tripping off Kelce before Mahomes got there. To be honest.
Bingo.
Like,
Kelce. Hey, this is gonna probably ruffle some of y'all feathers. I'll boo myself, but I actually like the Kelce brothers, bro.
I'm not mad at him. No,
that's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't see it.
He don't do nothing that really like. There's nothing like. Yeah, of course he plays for the Chiefs, but there's nothing like where I'm like, oh, bro, because you can't hate Jason, right? You can't hate Jason. Jason is that guy. And then even just like talking to him, like they're cool. So it's like it is what it is.
It's hard for me. It's hard for me to deal with the Chiefs.
Now Patty's a different story. Patty be doing shit off the field.
Patty. Patty is.
He be doing shit off the field where I'd be like, come on, Pat. Come on now. We can keep it ball, bro, but there's certain things he be doing off the field, dog, that concern me about Patrick Mahomes' mental state.
Bingo. Bingo.
Bro, I see everybody saying Pat it's Mahomes.
Yeah.
Mahomes. Yeah, like I think it's Mahomes.
It's gotta be. I agree. You know I agree.
Is there a player to end it off for you and the chat that your whole Raider fandom, you're like, I cannot stand this motherfucker. I can't stand him. Is there anybody that you could think of in the rivalries or whatever where you're
just like, anywhere across the board? Who we hate the most? That's a great one, man.
It could be older players too, and players maybe that maybe stuck with you, right?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Bro, I hated this dude. I hated him. I think he played for us after the fact, though.
Okay.
But who I hated the most? Bill Romanowski, bro. When he played for the Donkeys, bro, I
feel it.
I still have a problem with him as a Raider because he played for the Donkeys. It just rubs me the wrong. That's, for the record, that's the team I hate and loathe and can't stand the most. It's not the Chiefs. It's not the Chargers, right? It's the Donkeys. The Donkeys are the worst. So please, I just didn't like him.
Y'all older fans always hate the Broncos. It's crazy, bro.
Yep.
Y'all older fans that have a hateful relationship.
Well, for me, you got to remember, my roommate is born and raised in Denver. My old man from college, so
Right.
I had to sit and listen to John every goddamn year from 1995. Yeah, it was terrible. It was terrible.
Yeah, see your experience is my experience just with the Chiefs, right? Because I went to school in Kansas.
Correct.
Roommate, fat Chiefs fan. You feel what I'm saying? So,
Correct.
yeah, bro, of course you get
It
that.
sucks.
But I gotta be honest. As of right now, I gotta take Patty out of it because we just talked about that. So I'll say the next closest, bro. It was Phillip, dog. Phillip was.
Yeah.
Dog. And then again, if you're living in Southern California, you got to deal with the 3 Charger fans that might be near your area. So at that point, bro,
Phillip Rivers was a menace.
you're getting pissed off because you might lose a game or whatever. And this is during San Diego times too. So
Right.
it's different. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he was just annoying, bro. Phillip talked shit too, just like the fan base. Like, I would hate seeing Phillip in that ugly ass throwing motion that he had.
he was a menace, bro. I ain't gonna even front.
bro,
Phillip
that
Rivers was
ugly
a
ass throwing
menace.
motion, bro, I hated him, but hey, he made it fun though. He was talking shit. You know what I mean? We was getting into it. He made it fun at least. Him and fucking Antonio Gates, bastard.
Oh, another monster.
Yeah. Made
Antonio
life hell.
Gates.
Made life hell. Tell you that. But that is today's stream, bro. We appreciate everybody. For
Yes, sir.
tapping in, man. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Again, if you feel what you're hearing and you like what you're hearing, hit the thumbs up as well, man. We appreciate everybody tapping in with us on this Monday afternoon. Like we said, man, Turf and Rundown is making its way back. So make sure y'all tap in with us so y'all can continue to stay up to date with what we got going on, man.
Yes, sir.
Anything you wanna tap in with the chat, man? Anything you wanna touch on before we go?
You already know, man. I got a Turf and Rundown, if you will, ask tomorrow. A little secret. Tomorrow night, we're gonna do a little something different on the Ultimate Raider Fan Show. So be prepared for that. I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to do it because this Wednesday night is the game 2, right, of the NBA Finals. So I don't know if Angelo and I are going to kick off, the second episode of the Knockout Canvas. But definitely you will see Spencer and I Thursday, dead in the water, right? And I got another track meet. So Friday, I don't know. Shout out to Jeff, man. Jeff has been keeping it going on Fridays. So
I gotta join in one of these Fridays, bro. They've been doing all that. I'm gonna join in one and just talk ball.
Exactly. I'm gonna end up having to do that, but my problem is your boy got to get up at like 5 in the morning. This track stuff serious. So.
I'm already knowing.
But yeah, man, keep hitting that like button, keep hitting that subscribe button. We gonna have it popping for you, man. TRS is coming. That Raider Syndicate episode is coming soon. But I'll let Rundown fill y'all in on what he got going and what's going on for the rest of the week.
Hey, season is upon us, man. So that's when TRS makes his make our debut again, man. And we form like Voltron. So make sure y'all stay tuned. We got some specials coming from all of us, man. We gonna be doing certain things as the roster takes shape. But y'all already know, man. During the week, I might do a show on Wednesday. We seeing because, like Turf said, it's the finals. So I might want to watch. I might want to see what's going on. And of course, I don't like Rundown. I don't like repeating information either. I like to keep the shows fresh. So if I can't think of nothing, if I can't think of a nice little show to give y'all on Wednesday, we'll take that off. But of course, you already know what's happening on Thursday. Blunts and breakdowns. Some more film to break down. And we're on the offensive side, bro. We're looking at Caleb Rogers, finally Charles Grant. So we're gonna touch on that and stay tuned because we got something coming for the members. I got something for the members, man. We're gonna some field breakdown for the members, man. So stay tuned for that. If you're a member, I got something special for y'all soon, bro. And I'm gonna have a giveaway for y'all soon too, man. As soon as I get this, You know what I mean? Soon as I get this merchandise figured out, man, I'm going to have a giveaway for the members as well. So I'm going to do something special for y'all, 100%. And then Saturday, you know what time it is, Good Morning Raiders with our dog, Jay. So
Yeah, shout out
we
to
working
Jay.
through, man. Yeah, we continuing. Vacation time for Rundown is coming soon. So I'll let y'all know when that is. Y'all ain't going to see me for a minute. Your boy got to get some R&R. But
Right,
until
right.
then, man, we working.
Peace.
You're so sweet to me. You're so sweet to me. The things you're doing to my mind.